Hey guys, so we're approaching Baltimore here. So shout out to my guy Ice Thesis as we see the Baltimore city skyline in the forefront this morning. And is it cold? Yeah, I mean it's in the 40s, 46 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that when I woke up. So that's a big change from it being like 79 degrees Fahrenheit when I wake up in Florida. But I'm thankful, again, going to visit my mom for a few days to a week or so, something like that. And so I got to make the most of each moment and be thankful and keep a positive attitude because there's no sense of visiting someone if you're going to show up with a negative attitude. You might as well keep your ass home. So I'm going to stay positive. Again, it's only a short-term thing here in this weather. But yeah, I've drove past and I've been in Baltimore several times. That to the left, that stack there is a smokestack that says Baltimore on the top side of it. And of course, there's different exits here that'll take you to the inner harbor. The inner harbor is a nice area to go, you know, especially when it's nice weather. Now it's getting a little bit cold to be there, but fall and the spring, great time to be in the inner harbor. Just a bunch of shops and places the boats come in, and you know you can take water taxi rides and look around the inner harbor and the nice area. You know, they have bars, restaurants, etc. But you know, how does it feel to be making my way back up north? You know, I have a peace. I guess I have a peace because I know it's not a permanent thing. I would have an anxiety if I didn't know the next time I was going back down south. And there's a different driving, there's a different feel here up north. I mean, now it's very early in the morning, so there's not many cars, but, you know, driving through Washington, D.C. yesterday, traffic was crazy, even on a Saturday. And it's a lot more complicated driving. I mean, you know, Florida can be reckless driving. Well, Florida is like a you know, big flat land where it's a free-for-all. You know, up north, there's winding roads, there's bridges, tunnels, all these different things. And there's a lot more dense population. It's not spread out over big land such as Florida. So it's a different driving dynamic that doesn't make for as an enjoyable drive as it is in Florida, where there's like a lot of open, flat land, things like that. But it's going to be in the low 60s to 50s, I think, all week. Some of the weeks will be very low 50s. So pray for me with that. But we're pushing forward. Every day, you have to make the most of your days, not always wait for the perfect conditions, and you just have to do the things you want or need to do to make traction on your life. If you get up and roll around and just stare around, nothing's going to happen. You got to take action. And that's it. Getting ready to go here through the Baltimore tunnel. I'll take you with me for a moment in the tunnel and see this pretty decent run of a tunnel. Almost like the Holland Tunnel, but not to that extent. This is the Baltimore Inner Harbor Area Tunnel. You can pay with Easy Pass, cash, I believe. Remember that movie on a drive through a tunnel with Bruce Willis? I don't know what it was, one of those Die Hard movies where there was a flood in the tunnel. Do I get nervous driving in a tunnel? No, I don't. Sometimes I'm not the fan of driving over huge bridges, but that doesn't really faze me. At least for this morning ride, I didn't get my coffee yet. It's going to be not too much traffic on the road. Yeah, I figure it's a Sunday, so I figure probably next Friday I'll probably be leaving and come back south. I think 1 week. That's what I'm thinking. Because what I like to do, what keeps the trip from New Jersey to Florida and Florida to New Jersey best, is now that I'm really in a good zone where I've done so many times, is you know, this time I actually took like 3 different stops for sleeping. I took several stops along the way. So I just did it over the course of 2 days. 2 to 2.5 days, I'll recommend the trip. I've done the Florida trip in 1 day from New Jersey to Florida, and what I can tell you is that it makes for an unenjoyable drive. You'll put too much pressure on your well-being, and you won't. It's not proper. So if you're going to drive there, what I recommend, it takes time, is just make like 2.5 days your window to go. So if you leave like a Friday evening just to start a little bit of a leg, and then it's $4 here, and then you start Friday evening just as a little bit of a leg, and then you sleep Friday night at a rest area or something, and then you go Saturday, and you take another big leg, and then you sleep Saturday night, and then Sunday morning you wake up and there's a little leg, and then by Sunday afternoon you're in Florida or you're in New Jersey, depending on which way you go. And I think that's the best way to do it, where you enjoy the trip, because I think that's the main thing. I mean, if you're going to take a trip like this in your car, enjoy it. And that, you see the sights, you live the moment, and you don't put too much pressure on yourself. I haven't seen this sign in a while. I-95 North, New York City. From New York, we're probably about, from here, 3.5, maybe 4 hours, depending on traffic. But we just keep pushing forward. I mean, that was my plan. In the middle of Sunday afternoon, I'll probably be somewhere there. But I wanted to share that moment with you. I hope you have a good day. Keep pushing forward, keep your life simple, and try to stay positive.